Hey guys, this is James.
And this is Denny from TeaDB, and we have our guests back with us, folks.
We're Crimson Lotus Tea. I'm Glen.
This is Lamu.
And we're going to be drinking some raw pu'erh.
Yeah, this is from Baiying Shan. Baiying Shan is in Lincang.
Lincang, yeah, like west of the Lincang River.
Yep, so it is north and west of the Zishuangbana,
Okay.
Yep.
which is, you've got Menghai and Bulong, which you tasted last time, is down in Zishuangbana. Drive up a day and a half and you're in
Lincang.
yeah, Fengqing County,
Fengqing
Lincang
County.
area,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a really high altitude growing area, above 2,000 meters. I forget what that is in feet, but it's high. It's a lot.
6,000-ish.
And
The road are pretty hot. Yeah.
road's really difficult. We were borrowing her father's car. 20-year-old Mitsubishi space wagon, kind of like a station wagon thing. Definitely not intended for most of the roads that we took it on, but
we made it. Yeah.
we made it. We had a lot of fun. We drove for weeks to visit a lot of these tea growing areas.
Yeah. When we were in the Baiying Shan, they don't have any gas station in like 3 hours.
Goodness.
The only way you can get is ask people, and they will sell you like the
A
bulk.
small amount.
Yeah.
So the farmer that we bought this from delivered his tea to market by mule as late as 2005.
Yeah.
That's when they got their road.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he would have to wake up at 1 a.m. to feed the mules. He would start getting the packing ready. He'd go back to sleep. He'd wake up at like 5, get the mules all packed. He'd leave by 6. He would have 5 mules. Each mule would have 100 kilos of leaf.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and
gosh.
he himself
Yeah,
gonna
he would
carry
carry 50 kilos himself, and it took him 8 hours to get to market, and he would do this 5 times a year.
Yeah. It's pretty tough for them.
It's very
Um,
tough.
Yeah,
Good
but
thing they have pressed tea.
so they have. So I mean, you guys have watched Lord of the Rings, right?
Yes.
Baiying Shan is the Shire. It's Hobbiton. Like, I kid you not, it's like you're walking back in town. Like, all of the fences are made out of, like, lashed sticks, and there's just, like, rolling, like, gardens of, like, wheat. But then right in the middle of, like, this, like field of wheat will be, like this massive, like, tea tree, like, just growing, like, straight up out of it. Like, too big to even, like, get 2 people's hands around. It's just
Amazing.
It's just amazing, just the
Impressive.
natural resource that they have just everywhere there. They have 3 very unique, different cultivars of tea tree that grow in this area.
Yeah, we bought 3, but they have like
Oh, so they've got
they
more.
have
So we bought
over
3.
10. Yeah,
Okay,
a lot
10
of.
unique tea tree cultivars. So we
Yeah.
bought one that they call Heitaozi, which is what we're trying today.
And Banshan
Banshan.
and Mengku.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you explain the differences between those? Explain the differences peculiar to this leaf while I do a little bit here.
This one called Heitiaozi, and this leaf, the olives, is very slippery, and it does not have any hair, but the buds is very white, and they have hair. After roasted, these leaves will be very black. It's very, very unique. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see that. You could see that already.
Right.
Like from the dry leaves, it roasts up like really, really dark. So these leaves were purchased from this farmer's garden, but his friend roasted them. He didn't have
Okay.
enough time that day to do the roasting for it. And to be honest, like he roasts at a better quality than his friend does.
Oh.
So of the 3, this probably has the least quality put into the actual roasting, but I kind of liked it the best. And so I don't know if that was the quality of the Heitiaozi leaf or the other guy's mis-roasting skill.
Or just a personal preference. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Wow. Like smoky, and then it's very sweet. Yeah, those beautiful green tea vegetal flavors. Really beautiful.
Yep. And the leaves themselves are actually fairly dark for freshly pressed.
Yeah. And each of the 3 that we bought from this farmer were entirely different. Like the other ones are not this dark. But as soon as you put some water to it, the green comes right back. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, it just just smelling this just really brings me back. So the first time I had this was sitting on his stone floor, like in his kitchen / house / living room / dining room, sitting on stools that are like ankle height stools, and most
they don't have that smoking gas.
Oh, that's right.
So
He didn't have a chimney,
so have a smoking flavor. Yeah.
So. Yeah, so he actually does his roasting right in there, where he cooks, but he swaps out the wok for a different one that he uses just for tea, and yeah, so we just, I mean, next time we'll know to like bring our own like tea tasting paraphernalia and stuff with us, because
most tea farmers, they just use the regular cups.
They just use just whatever. They'll just throw a leaf in a cup and toss some boiling water on it and hand it to you, and that's how they do their tea tasting.
Right.
Yeah.
The tea farmer, they're very nice and kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys pressed this yourselves?
We did.
Yeah.
We did. It's our very first leaf that we got a chance to press ourselves. Very excited about that.
We found a tea factory in the Kunming, so they love us to compress tea. And
we wanted to press into 100-gram sizes so that we could try to get more people to be able to experience this, as opposed to pressing into really big cakes that only collectors get. So we really wanted to just share the flavors that we experienced. And this is this was only picked like 2 months ago, only pressed like 1 month ago. So it really hasn't had a chance to do anything magic that Lincang Pu'erh is going to do over time, but we tried it again last night, and it's really close to what we tasted when we tried it fresh from the farmer, so brought back a lot of memories for us. Cheers. It's thick.
And
thick and sweet.
Very sweet. Very sweet.
Yeah.
Almost. You have that sort of vegetal green tea experience happening, but very, very sweet.
It's kind of like a
very fresh,
nice buttery thickness to it as well.
And then a little bit of that sort of smoky, and the leaves are beautiful. You see these different sort of roasted. You can definitely see the blend in there.
Yep.
It's really, really lovely. And yeah, much more verdant green now, and compared to the footage, which is. The photos of the leaves dry so dark, and yeah, this is beautiful. And we didn't really ask about this, normally do, but what are the brewing parameters that we're going for here? We're going for boiling water. How much tea leaf? However much do you think is about right?
I go with pretty much what I've found is standard in the Chinese tea shops that we went to for brewing Lincang Pu'erh, which is pretty much just between 5 to 10 grams of leaf. You can actually get a lot in these Gaiwans. They would tend to really stuff these Gaiwans, just pack them full of leaf. But I usually put a little bit less in there, because after a while it's hard to get water in there. I put the water at boiling until. Lincang Pu'erh is a little bit more delicate, so you can keep it. You can put the water less if that's your taste. But we've really gotten into the habit of doing it the way they do in the tea shops there, which is just straight boiling water. Doing start off with really low steeps, 6 seconds. Add 5-10 seconds every steep until you're done with it.
Cool. Cheers.
The flavor's changing already.
Yeah, absolutely. James, what are you getting off this? I'm getting more vegetal.
Yeah,
corn.
Definitely vegetal. It's really not all that bitter at all. For people that associate Lincang Pu'erh with bitterness, it shows you that kind of a lot can depend on just the base material that you're drawing from. Like Oolong or something like that is obviously going to be much more punchy than something like this.
Two different characters, especially compare like Monghai area and Lincang area. Lincang area is more famous about the aroma,
Yep.
And Monghai area is more famous about those very aggressive, astringents and aftertaste. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is absolutely beautiful, and I think will dramatically evolve in the coming 90 days and in the coming 20 years.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys can hold on to a few cakes for that long. That would be pretty exciting.
I hope so. I mean, it's kind of hard to
Definitely hard.
run a tea business and keep cakes.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, this is amazing. And so, if folks wanted to find this tea and purchase a brick of their own,
they can keep an eye on crimsonlotustea.com. Most of this is still in transit, and we haven't really figured out how and where and for what price we're going to be selling the cakes for. But yeah, I mean, you guys will know as soon as I know, and we post it on crimsonlotustea.com and the Twitters and whatnot.
Absolutely.
And probably closer to around the time that the Northwest Tea Festival is around. I think it's when the last of our shipments are going to be coming. You guys going to the Northwest Tea Festival?
We are.
We are.
Awesome. Be pouring
Very
there.
cool. Oh, are you really? Awesome.
Yeah, I think so. So, should be exciting. Well, great. Well, let's wrap it there. So, thanks everybody for tuning in. Episode 59.
Yeah, that's correct.
And we'll have to catch you guys next time. Maybe we'll bring this back on in a year and see how it tastes. Who knows?
That would be kind of fun.
It'd be really fun.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys then. Cheers.
Thanks for watching, guys.